It's an emergency. A major arrest is about to happen. You're involved. Open it quickly. Archangel Michael says, "Beloved child of light, hear me now, for the heavens have stirred, and the veil between what is hidden and what is revealed is being torn open before your very eyes. A storm is rising in the earthly realm, and its thunder is the sound of justice long delayed but now demanded by the throne of God Himself. You stand at the edge of a moment that will change everything, for a major arrest is about to take place, and whether you realize it or not, you are involved in the unfolding of this divine event. This is not a message of coincidence. This is not an accident landing in your hands. The truth has traveled through realms, through angels, through divine messengers, until it reached you right now. And if you dare to close your eyes to it, if you turn away from it, you will miss the moment God has aligned for you since before you were born. This is your warning. This is your revelation. This is the light that uncovers what darkness tried to hide. There is a person who has walked in arrogance, laughing in secret, believing they could use your name, your destiny, your blessings, without ever being caught. They thought they were untouchable. They thought that earthly power could silence heaven's decree. But God is not mocked. What is planted in darkness will be exposed in the light, and this exposure is now at hand. The law of man has been stirred because the law of God has commanded it. Authorities are moving swiftly, and though the accused may tremble, their trembling cannot match the roar of God's justice. You, chosen one, are entangled in this story, not because of guilt, but because your name has been used, your blessings have been stolen, your inheritance has been threatened. The arrest that is coming is not only about punishment, it is about restoration. It is about proving to you, to the world, and to heaven itself that God defends His own. Listen closely, beloved. The evidence has already been gathered. The whispers behind closed doors have already been recorded in the courts of heaven. The lies spoken in the night are echoing now in the daylight. The chains they tried to put on your destiny are now the very chains they will wear on their hands. Do you not see the irony? The pit they dug for you, they are now falling into. The trap they set to ensnare you is now snapping on their own feet. But here is the divine mystery: your involvement is not of condemnation, but of victory. Heaven is using your name as a banner of survival, proof that those who walk with God may be attacked but will not be destroyed. Your involvement means that your name will be cleared, your honor restored, your destiny protected, your blessings released. You have been standing in a shadow for too long, but God is declaring that this very arrest will mark the breaking of the shadow over your life. Child of heaven, you must understand, this arrest is not only earthly, it is spiritual. Angels have been dispatched to seize demonic forces that have been harassing your path. Archangels stand guard over you, wielding swords of flame, ensuring that the justice of God will not be delayed another second. The enemy has been stripped, and their final cry is the cry of exposure. And so I ask you, will you stay awake? Will you listen to the urgency of this moment? For many are sleeping, and they will miss the hour of deliverance. But you, chosen one, you are awake, and because you are awake, heaven will make you a witness. You will see what others cannot. You will know what others deny. And you will walk in the blessing of those who endured until the storm passed. The Spirit says, do not fear. The chaos you see is not for your destruction. The shaking you feel is not to break you, but to break everything that was falsely built around you. The walls are crumbling. The masks are being ripped away. The false friendships, the hidden enemies, the secret betrayers, they can no longer hide. Their time is over. Their season is done. Their names will be shouted in disgrace, while yours will be lifted in vindication. Even now, God whispers, this arrest is not about shame, it is about cleansing. For I will not allow my children to carry the weight of what others have done. I will not allow my chosen to drown in accusations born of lies. I will not allow your inheritance to remain locked away. Watch how swiftly I move. Watch how suddenly the truth bursts forth. Archangel Michael says, do not doubt when the signs appear. Do not tremble when the news reaches your ears. It is confirmation, not coincidence. It is prophecy, not rumor. It is the unfolding of what heaven declared long ago, that you are marked, not for destruction, but for restoration. And when it happens, when the world sees the arrest, you will feel the shift in your spirit. A burden will leave your shoulders. A heaviness will break from your chest. And you will finally breathe with the freedom of one whose chains are broken, not by human hands, but by the hand of God Almighty. Beloved, take this message not as suggestion but as command. Stay close to God. Stay alert in the Spirit. This is not the hour to be distracted, for the next move is too great, too holy, too divine for you to miss. Heaven is aligning the earth on your behalf. Angels are standing at your side. Justice is marching to your door. And I leave you with this, trust the process of heaven. Trust the timing of God. What is about to happen is the turning of the tide in your life. The arrest is the ending of one chapter and the opening of a new one. The pages will no longer be written with sorrow but with victory, no longer with tears but with joy, no longer with injustice but with divine vindication. Archangel Michael says, stand firm, for the hour is near. Watch, for the evidence will appear. And rejoice, for the chains are breaking, and your destiny is about to shine in full glory. Archangel Michael says, beloved child of heaven, listen, for the hour is heavy, and the sound of destiny shakes the earth beneath your feet. A storm unlike any you have known is pressing forward. This is not a storm of wind or rain, but a storm of justice, a storm of truth, a storm of unveiling. I tell you now with all the urgency of eternity, an arrest is about to happen, and it is no small matter, for you are tied to it in ways you cannot yet see. For too long, forces have plotted in secret. They whispered in dark corners, exchanged promises behind your back, and used your name as if it were a pawn on their chessboard. They thought you would remain blind, that their schemes would stay hidden, that you would continue walking unaware of the weight they placed upon you. But the Almighty has risen, and the angels have descended, and the hour of exposure has arrived. Do you feel the shaking within your spirit? That is no ordinary trembling. It is the vibration of heaven's decree echoing into the earth. This decree says, "Enough is enough. The hand that stole will now be emptied. The mouth that lied will now be silenced. The name that was dragged into shadows will now be lifted into light. You are involved, not to be condemned, but to be restored, vindicated, and set apart as one who belongs to the Most High. The law of heaven has stirred the law of earth. What once was hidden is now reaching the courts of man. The very person who thought they were above justice is now trembling under the weight of judgment. I see their pride cracking. I see their confidence shattering. They laughed when they thought you would never know. They smirked when they thought you were powerless. But beloved, their smirk is turning into fear, for their hands are shaking, their secrets collapsing, and their mask falling apart. This arrest is not ordinary. It is marked in heaven's books. It is tied to your freedom, your blessing, your inheritance. You are the thread woven into this tapestry of divine justice. They tied you to their schemes, but now heaven ties you to their downfall, not as a victim, but as the one who will rise from their ashes. Archangel Michael says, "I have seen the evidence with my own eyes. I have carried the cries you made in silence before the throne of God. Not a single tear fell unnoticed. Not a single betrayal escaped heaven's gaze. And now, those tears are being transformed into proof. Those betrayals are becoming stepping stones for your elevation. Child, listen well. The pit they dug for you has turned into their prison. The chains they forged for you will be placed on their own wrists. The lies they wrote about you will be torn apart, letter by letter, until only truth remains. They thought they were the authors of your story, but the true author, the Alpha and Omega, has picked up the pen, and he is rewriting your ending. You must not fear. Fear is the weapon they hoped would silence you, but fear has no place in the presence of God. Stand firm, for you will not be swallowed by this storm. Instead, the storm will lift you higher. The chaos is not to harm you, but to clear the path before you. The noise is not to distract you, but to drown out the lies that once ruled your life. Even now, angels are stationed around you. I, Michael, have unsheathed my sword, and with it, I am cutting through every chain tied to your name. I am severing every false tie, every manipulation, every curse spoken against you. The one who accused you is about to wear their own accusation. The one who mocked you is about to become the mockery. The one who thought they held your destiny is about to watch your destiny shine brighter than ever before. This arrest is both earthly and spiritual. Demonic forces have been working through human hands, but now those hands will be restrained, and those spirits will be bound. The war in the heavens has already been won, and what you are about to see is the reflection of that victory on earth. Do not doubt when the news reaches you. Do not question when the truth comes forth. It is confirmation of what heaven already declared, that you are chosen, and you will not be destroyed. Beloved, prepare yourself. A weight will soon leave your shoulders. A heaviness you thought was part of you will suddenly lift, and you will realize it was never yours to carry. The shame, the fear, the confusion, all of it will break as the light of justice pours into your life. This moment is not meant to harm you. It is meant to free you. It is meant to show you that God does not forget His children. Archangel Michael says, "Stand strong, chosen one, for your name is being cleared, your destiny restored, and your future opened." This arrest will be remembered as the moment heaven showed you who truly holds power. Not them. Not the deceiver. But God alone. And when you see it happen, rejoice. For it will not only be the fall of your enemies, it will be the rise of your blessings. It will be the proof that every tear, every prayer, every silent night was not in vain. Heaven has moved. Justice has spoken. And you are standing in the middle of your victory. Archangel Michael says, "Beloved, do not look away. This moment is more important than you realize." The heavens are roaring because the earth is about to shake with justice. You have been chosen to hear this now, and that alone is proof that you are tied to the unveiling of truth. For too long, darkness moved against you in silence. There was someone, bold in their pride, thinking they could use your name as a cloak to hide their sins. They thought no one would see. They thought no law could touch them. They thought no eye was watching. But I tell you, the eyes of the Lord never closed, and the angels never left their post. Every word spoken against you, every trap set beneath your feet, every accusation formed in secret, heaven recorded it. And now, what was whispered in the dark will be shouted in the light. The arrest that is coming is no ordinary arrest. This is divine timing, divine exposure, divine vindication. God Himself has opened the door for truth to break through, and no man, no woman, no enemy can shut it again. This is not about chance, it is about prophecy. This is not about coincidence, it is about alignment. Archangel Michael says, "I see the trembling of those who tried to destroy you. Their steps falter, their courage fades, their masks begin to slip. They wanted to laugh at your pain, but now fear has taken over their laughter. They wanted to hold you back, but now they cannot even hold themselves together. They are shaking because their time has run out. Child of heaven, understand this: your involvement is not for your downfall, but for your rising. God has allowed your name to be tied into this storm not to destroy you but to elevate you. When this arrest is announced, when the truth breaks forth, your life will be lifted into a new season. You will walk in the open skies of freedom because the chains meant for you have snapped. Do not be afraid when you hear the news. Do not be shaken when you see the storm. You are protected. You are surrounded. You are covered by the armies of heaven. Even now, angels stand around your dwelling, sealing every door, guarding every window, ensuring that no harm will pass through. This shaking is not for your harm, it is for your protection. It is the removal of those who stood in the way of your blessing. I tell you now, beloved, there will be signs. Pay attention, for heaven always gives a sign before the shift arrives. You may feel unusual restlessness in your spirit. You may sense heaviness breaking without explanation. You may see those who once stood tall in arrogance suddenly grow silent, avoiding your eyes, hiding from your presence. These are signs. They cannot stand in the light of what is coming. And when the moment arrives, when the hand of authority takes hold of the guilty, remember these words: God has defended you. God has spoken on your behalf. God has shown the world that His child will not be left abandoned. Archangel Michael says, "They accused you wrongly, but the truth will prove you right. They tried to paint your name with shame, but heaven is washing it clean. They built walls around your destiny, but those walls are collapsing even now. Their weapons are broken, their voices silenced, their plans scattered like dust in the wind. You must also prepare, for when justice is revealed, blessings will begin to flow. The enemy has been blocking streams of favor, streams of opportunity, streams of inheritance. They wanted to keep you small, to keep you hidden, to keep you locked away. But as they are removed, those streams will burst forth, and what was delayed will come rushing into your life with double measure. Do you feel the urgency, beloved? The time is not tomorrow. The time is not months away. The time is now. The countdown has already begun. Each moment brings you closer to the breaking point where the hidden becomes revealed. Stay awake. Stay in prayer. Stay in alignment with heaven, for this is the moment everything begins to shift in your favor. I, Michael, have fought many battles in the unseen realm. I have stood against the prince of darkness and cut down legions of demons with the sword of God's fire. And I tell you now with certainty, the forces that worked against you have already been bound. The war in the unseen has already been won. What you are about to witness is simply the earth catching up to what heaven has already declared. Beloved, rejoice even in the waiting, for your freedom is close. The tears you shed in secret are about to turn into laughter that no one can silence. The pain that sat heavy in your chest will become a testimony of survival, a testimony of victory, a testimony of how God defended you when no one else could. Archangel Michael says, "Stand tall, child of God. Do not lower your head in fear. Lift your eyes to heaven, for help has always come from above. You will not be left behind in this storm. You will walk out of it carrying blessings in your hands and light in your spirit. The arrest is coming, the exposure is near, and your breakthrough is at the door." Archangel Michael says, "Beloved, the heavens are not silent tonight. The air is heavy because justice is descending like a mighty wave. The divine scroll has been opened, and your name is written upon it. I tell you with the authority of the Lord Most High, what you are about to witness is not an accident, it is a divine unveiling. The hour has come for a great arrest, and though the world may see it as chance, you must know this: your life, your destiny, your inheritance, your future are tied to this very event. Do not turn away. Do not let doubt creep into your heart. For this is no ordinary warning, it is heaven's emergency broadcast to your soul. It is the cry of the angels echoing into your spirit, "Stay alert, beloved. The time has come." For too long, the wicked laughed. They laughed because they thought their power could shield them from consequence. They laughed because they used your name, and they thought you would never find out. They laughed because they built their empire upon deception, thinking heaven would remain silent. But the laughter of the wicked has reached its final note. Now their voices shake with fear, because heaven has declared, "Enough." Archangel Michael says, "The law of heaven is speaking to the law of man. I see papers being prepared. I see names being written. I see evidence being laid upon tables. The very secrets they thought buried are surfacing. The very lies they crafted are unraveling. The very falsehoods they dressed as truth are falling apart. You, child of heaven, have been tied to this matter not to fall with them, but to rise when they fall. Hear me clearly, your involvement is divine. They dragged your name into their plans, but God is using your name for vindication. They tried to lock you in shame, but God is unlocking blessings through their downfall. They thought you would drown in the same storm, but instead, this storm will push you to the shore of freedom. Can you feel it, beloved? The heaviness pressing on your chest is not fear, it is heaven pulling you closer, aligning your spirit with the great unveiling. The reason you feel restless is because your spirit senses the movement of angels, the sound of justice marching, the arrival of truth. The arrest is not only of flesh and blood, it is also of spirits. Demons that have trailed you, spirits of sabotage, spirits of delay, spirits of confusion, they are being bound as I speak. Their time of torment is finished. Their grip on your blessings is broken. Their whispers against you are silenced. As the earthly chains lock upon the guilty, spiritual chains are locking upon the forces that resisted you. Archangel Michael says, I have drawn my sword, the sword of flame that cuts through every lie. I am standing guard over your life, ensuring that the enemy cannot lay a single hand upon you. You are shielded. You are sealed. You are secured under the wings of heaven. Beloved, listen well. When the announcement comes, when the world gasps at the fall of the guilty, know this: heaven has moved on your behalf. God has exposed them, not only for their corruption, but to prove that His children will not be abandoned. You will not walk with the stain of their crimes. You will not carry the burden of their choices. Instead, you will walk with proof that heaven intervened for you. You must also prepare for what follows. When the guilty fall, the gates that were locked will swing wide open. Opportunities that were delayed will rush toward you. Blessings that were hidden will be released. Doors that were sealed shut will burst forth with divine acceleration. For what the enemy tried to hold, heaven is reclaiming. What they stole, heaven is returning double. What they delayed, heaven is speeding up. Archangel Michael says, do not doubt. Doubt is the poison the enemy wants to slip into your soul. But you must remember, you are chosen, you are covered, you are destined. This arrest is not random. It is the turning point, the shift, the divine moment heaven prepared to prove to you that your prayers have not been ignored. Beloved, I have walked with you in your nights of sorrow. I have heard your cries when no one else did. I have seen the heaviness you carried in silence. And I tell you now, heaven has gathered every tear and turned them into weapons of justice. Those tears cried out before the throne of God, and He has answered. The answer is unfolding now. The guilty are trembling. The truth is rising. Your name is being washed in light. Do not be afraid of the storm. This storm is for your deliverance. This storm is for your cleansing. This storm is for your breakthrough. Watch closely, for the very ones who tried to mock you will be silenced by heaven's judgment. The very ones who said you would never rise will watch you soar. The very ones who celebrated your struggles will see you walk in freedom. And when the dust settles, you will know that God Himself fought for you. You will know that archangels stood at your side. You will know that no force of darkness, no plan of man, no scheme of the wicked could destroy you. For you belong to heaven, and heaven does not lose its own. Archangel Michael says, lift your head, chosen one. Do not tremble. Do not hide. The arrest is near, the exposure is close, the blessing is ready. This moment is yours. You have waited, you have endured, you have prayed. Now heaven is answering with power.